Well, composing and decomposing numbers 11 to 19 is a pretty short chapter, and we are already ready for our review. And tomorrow we will have our test on our team numbers 11 to 19, composing and decomposing. So if you want to turn to page 475, we will be doing my review together. You won't need to turn in anything because we are doing this together, so there's no assignment to turn in today. Just make sure that you are ready for your test for tomorrow. So let's go ahead and take a look. I'll grab my pen here. And our first direction says that we are going to circle the group of 16 fish. Circle the group of 16 fish. Now, you can see in these little yellow bubbles, there are number words. We've got the number 14, we've got the number 11, we've got the number 16, and we've got the number 19. And our directions are to circle the group of 16 fish. This is the number 6 and then 16. And here are 16 fish that we will need to circle. And then the next direction says that you are going to put an X on the group of 14 fish. The group of 14 fish. And you've got your little number word for, F-O-U-R, spells 4, and then they added that teen to it, 14. So put an X on the group of 14 fish. And the next direction says that we are to count the coins and then draw one more to make 19. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and one more is 19. 19. We drew one more to make 19. And our very last direction says that we are going to color 11 bubbles. We're going to color 11 bubbles. So let's just start down here, and we're going to color in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11. So you can see we didn't color in all of the bubbles because there were more than 11. There are actually 13 bubbles, but we only colored in 11 of those bubbles. So let's go ahead and turn the page. And this, of course, looks super familiar. You guys have been working so hard on all of these things that you know what we're going to do next. We are going to trace this number 17, trace the number 17, and then it's asking us to take apart 17. All right, it's asking us to take these two 10 frames apart. So in this first 10 frame, you've got 10, right? Because it's completely full. And in the second 10 frame, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So when you take it apart, you'll find out that 17 is 10 and 7 more. See, your word and is right there, and this is the word more. 17 is 10 and 7 more. Let's do another for practice here. Let's go to number 2. Trace your number 16. 16. Trace that 16 for me. All right, now we're going to break it down again. We're going to write what we have in our first 10 frame, which of course is 10 because it's all filled up. And then how many more are in that second 10 frame? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 more in the second 10 frame. So when we take apart 16, we know that 16 is 10 and 6 more. Does that look familiar? Does that look like our number bonds that we've done? Right, the number bonds that we do in the morning on calendar. We took apart 16, it's 10 and 6 more. All right, let's do another example, number 3. Go ahead and trace that number 19 for me. It's asking us to write down how many are in that first 10 frame. So completely full 10 frame. So we'll write down that number 10. And then how many are in the second 10 frame, this next 10 frame? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I know some of you are saying, I don't have to count it. I already know there's 9 because there's only one missing. And you're right. You're absolutely right. There are 9. So when we break down 19, we've got 10 and 9 more. All right, turn that page to page 477, to page 477. So let's go ahead. We're gonna create 10 frames this time. We're gonna create 10 frames that show 15. So trace your number 15. I'm ready to do it. All right, so the first 10 frame that we have when we have 15 is, of course, going to have a 10 in it. A 10. Ooh, that's a lousy looking 10, but here we go. One completely full 10 frame. That's what 15 is telling you about itself, right? It's saying, hey, I've got 1 10 and I've got 5 more. Oops, you know what I did wrong there? Clear. I messed up. I apologize. We are going to go back up here and hopefully you have an eraser. Oh, that's why you always need to do it in pencil, right? 15. And we're going to write 15 in that first blank because we're breaking down 15. I apologize. Breaking down 15. So the first one is completely full. That 10 frame is completely full. You don't have to change anything you did there. And we have 10 in that first 10 frame. 15 is saying, hey, I've got 5 extra ones. Check me out. Here's my 5, showing you I have 5 extra ones. So there's your 5 extra ones. And you'll write the number 5. I apologize. Hopefully you didn't mess up too bad. Okay, so 15 is 10 and 5. So 15, remember we did that, equals 10 and, or we could say plus 5. So 15 equals 10 plus 5, or 15 is 10 and 5. Either way, it means exactly the same thing. Exactly the same thing. All right, let's do another example, and I'll do better this time, I promise. So let's go ahead. Trace number 16 for me. Trace number 16. Go ahead and write 16 because that's what we're going to be breaking apart. 16 is telling you all you need to know about it. It's saying, hey, I've got 110. So let's go ahead and give it that 110. And go ahead and write the number 10. And it also tells you that it has 6 extra ones. So go ahead and give it that 6 extra ones and write the number 6 because 16, ooh, I did some messy work writing there. 16 is 10 and 6. All right, turn the page. Just one more thing before we go, and that's just maybe just a little more practice with how to make these teen numbers. There we go. There's my pen. So you are going to count the first 10, that full 10 frame, circle it up, and write 10 below it. Does this look familiar? It should. We did this last week. And then our 3 extras, we're going to circle those 3 extras, and we're going to write 3. We're going to write 3, and then trace that number 13. Because 13 is 10 and 3 more. 10 and 3 more, put those together and you will get 13. Let's do a couple more examples here. We're almost done. Circle up that first 10 and write 10. Circle up what's left, and there happens to be 8 left over. We know that because we can look at 18 and tell that. And we'll write that number 8. So 10 and 8 more. What do you have when you have 10 and 8 more? Well, you have 18. 18. One more quick example and I'll be all done. So circle up that first group of 10. 10 hearts there. Looks like they're getting ready for Valentine's Day. Write the number 10. and then circle what's left, how many extra ones you have, which happens to be 9. 10 and 9 more equals 19. So if you have 10 and 9 more, you have 19 hearts all together. And like I said, nothing to turn in today since we did this all together. And tomorrow will be your test on composing and decomposing numbers 11 to 19.